Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah. So a couple of weeks ago, I posted my review on the Tati Beauty Blendiful. I ended up really liking it and I've still been using it for basically all of my powders. And Tati said that it could work for all of your base products and it got me thinking, what about eyeshadow? I was curious to see if I could bring just this for all of my face products and if I could try this for my eye products. And then Tati ended up posting a video with a tutorial on the Blendiful in which she mentions that some people have actually told her that they use it for basic eyeshadow. After hearing that, I was like, okay, yes, I have to do this. If this can work for all of my eyeshadow, that is revolutionary for travelers. I just got back from traveling this weekend and this is how many eyeshadow brushes I brought. Honestly, I usually bring more. If I could replace it with just this, that would be amazing. Obviously, I don't think this would be something you'd want to use every single day because brushes are most likely just going to be easier. But for traveling, for someone on the go, this might end up being really handy. Before I get into it, if you are excited for this video, make sure you give it a like or a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this, and let's get to it. So I have a second cat now, and if you've seen any of my videos, you know a kitty distraction is pretty much guaranteed in every single video, and now it's double the risk. It's so nice because they love each other and they love to play together, which I was not expecting so soon, but they love to do it while I'm filming. So if that happens in this video, I'm sorry, bear with me, I don't have the heart to kick them out. So to prime my eyes, I use the NYX Proof It Waterproof Eyeshadow Primer. So I know exactly how well the Mini Blendiful is going to work for my eyeshadow. I want to use a palette that I'm well acquainted with and I've used a ton and I know how it works. So I'm going to be using the LA Girl, the Hot Hot Heat palette. And since I dyed my hair pink again, I think we're going to do a pink look. We have a lot of pinks and purples to work with in here. Just to create an even base, I'm going to go in with this skin tone nude shade at the top. I always put down some sort of nude shade on my eyelids just to kind of set the primer and make sure there aren't any oils. And I actually like using this for that purpose because it covers much more ground than a brush does. To start, I'm going to take this taupe shade right here and I'm going to go on the other side of the heart. And I'm going to lay this down as my transition shade. I like the curve of the heart because it is the shape of your eye and it makes it really easy. However, I feel like I have more control with a brush, but I think this does blend it out pretty well. Next, I'm going to take this lighter pink shade up here and I'm going to turn over the Blendiful so I get a clean edge. I take that. I think I'm going to just lay that down kind of almost all over the lid. Again, I still feel like I don't have as good of control as I do with a brush. Definitely helps when you fold it. If you're going for a super precise, strict lined look, then this wouldn't be what you want to use. These shades definitely look more pigmented when I use a brush. Next, I'm going to take this shade right here, get a generous amount of that in the outer corner. This is what I mean by a little bit less control. I'm gonna take a clean edge and just get that off. Seems like I'm having issues getting like right in here. Okay, I'm just gonna go and do whatever and then clean this up afterwards because it's hard to get in the corner without going below. Okay, next I'm going to take this brighter pink right here and I'm going to go on the very tip of the Blendiful. A little bit of that. I'm going to try and put that in the outer corner. I find it's definitely harder to do my left eye because the way I have to contort my arm in the sponge, or not the sponge, the Blendiful, it feels unnatural. Maybe I just need to learn how to use my left hand. That same edge, I'm going to take that same color and try and put a little bit underneath my eyes. Whoops. Then I'm gonna go in with the light pink we used in the beginning and put that under there as well. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up because it was definitely hard to get thin lines. Okay, so I cleaned it up a little bit with the full-size Blendiful and some fixing powder. It's still a little bit messy, but if I were to do this in the future, maybe I would just use tape or use more caution since this is the first time. I might try and stay definitely closer to the edges so I can get very precise areas like underneath the eye. Next, I'm going to go in with a metallic shade. Normally, I would just use my fingers for this, but I really want to test how this works. So, see if I can find a clean edge. Okay, and I'm actually gonna go into both of these and just mix them. And then I'll just pat that in the middle. Okay, I'm not really liking the way this is applying the metallic shades, but to be completely fair, I don't like how they apply with brushes as well. Using your finger provides the most pigment and just is so much easier to get it where you want. So I am gonna go in with my finger on both of those shades and build it up. I definitely don't fault it for not being able to do that with metallics because a lot of things can't. I definitely prefer to use my fingers almost always. So there's not really an inner corner shade in this palette, so I'm gonna go in with my Away Pow Lighter. This is a loose highlighting powder. I'm gonna take that on the corner, just put that right in the inner corner. Okay, that doesn't look bad. Obviously, I can't get as close to the tear duct as I like to with a brush. Okay, I find that it helps if you get it like almost on the seam, like at the very, very tippy, pointiest part, and then stick that right there. Okay, I do think that looks nice. A little bit does get on the other shadow, but it doesn't bother me. While we're here, before I talk about my final thoughts, I am going to finish up the rest of my eye makeup so I don't look as crazy. Normally, I hate wearing lashes. One, because I suck at putting them on, despite watching all of the how to put on lashes video, tips and tricks. Something is not computing what my mind tells my hand to do, it doesn't do. I don't know. However, Tati always wears lashes, so in her honor, we are going to try to put on lashes today. Definitely not doing it on camera because that would just be a disaster, and I don't think you want a 30-minute video of me struggling. Wish me luck. All right, we have lashes on. Not perfect, but definitely not my worst. They are on, and that's saying a lot. I used these, they're actually from Dollar Tree, the Ioni 3D Faux Mink Lashes in Natural 1. Okay, so overall, I really don't think this did that bad of a job. I wouldn't exactly say it's going to be faster than using brushes, but I don't think it would take you longer. I'd say they're right about the same time. Now there is somewhat of a learning curve to using this on your eyes because if you're so used to using brushes, it just feels kind of weird having a puff on your eye. Like I already mentioned, it is hard to get super precise lines. This is good if you're doing kind of like a blended out, blended together eye look, but if you are trying to do something with super distinct lines, it probably wouldn't want to be what you reach for. With that being said, I think you can do a full eye look using the Mini Blendiful. I think this is something that if I were to try it out a few different times, I could find my own way and method of making it work best. It does somewhat tone down the pigment of the eyeshadow, so that may be a concern depending on the eye look you're doing, but I think it did blend it out really nicely. It blended the shadows together really well. I think my main reason for using this for eyeshadow would definitely be for travel. If I am trying to pack lightly and I don't want to bring a ton of eye brushes, this would definitely be ideal, especially if you're in a situation where you don't have a lot of room to put your makeup, like maybe you're on a road trip and you're doing your makeup in the car. I don't know, just somewhere where you don't have a place to set down all of your brushes. For travel situations like that, these are incredible because I can cut down so much weight and so much space in my makeup bag by using this for all of my powders and this for eyeshadow. The difference between packing these two and all of my brushes is astounding. Now, would you want to pack this for, say, a wedding? No, you'd probably still want to go with brushes. But if you're not planning on doing a lot of makeup or you're doing simple makeup, I think this works just great. It was pretty simple and easy to use, and when you have to wash it, you just have to wash one thing. I wouldn't have to wash a ton of brushes. The only thing is if you have like a shadow switch pot, I know that those work with brushes, but I'm not sure if, the roughness would be too much for something like this. So you may have to wash it more than you would brushes, or maybe wipe it on another cloth to get off some of the shadow. But all in all, I mean, I think it works. If you're trying to cut down on how many tools you use, this is perfect. So I think that's basically all I have to say. If you want to check out the Blendiful, I will leave a link in the description box below. Obviously, check out Tati's videos on it. Don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. And I never remember to put on a lip product in my videos.